Apparently, it seems like you can take your consciousness out of your brain and place it in a microchip. And then if you put the microchip inside a robot or any sort of cellular species, your soul is going to be transferred into that body. Honestly, guys, does this even sound familiar? If you're someone that has read Bible, then you will know that this is probably how the mark of the beast was mentioned. And there was also a guy who actually got the neuralink implanted in his brain who appeared in Joe Rogan's podcast, and he revealed to us on what it actually feels like in order to have this implanted in your body and what kind of changes it makes, and does it make you a superhuman or not. Just take a look at what this guy has to say.
I basically have an aimbot in my head.
So,
wow.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
Yeah, they'll probably have like different leagues for people like me because it's just not fair.
Wait, do you have a what? Aimbot, like in the video games, like you can just aim and then it just locks onto the target. Like he can do that stuff.
Wow, is
That's
it that
crazy.
accurate?
It's that accurate, and it's faster. One thing that I found with the Neuralink is something that kind of blew my mind too. Is that when I'm attempting to do stuff sometimes, or I'm thinking it to like move in a certain place, sometimes it's so good that it's moving before I even like think it to move.
What? Like if you want your hand to move, it's like gonna move before you even think. So does that mean like his response time is super, super high?
It's almost like if you think about moving your hand, the signal is basically already being sent before you move your hand.
Oh my God.
Like your mind is saying, okay, he's about to move his hand basically. So the signal needs to be sent all the way down and back up in order for you to move your hand. So the speed that all of that happens, and it's almost a little preemptive. I saw that with...
Oh my God, dude, this is so freaking dangerous. So he's basically a superhuman. And it seems like it's going to eliminate this possibility of there is no such thing called as muscle memory. So it's basically like you train your own body for like entire year in order to do a certain task, and your muscles are going to develop something called as muscle memory. So most of the boxers and athletes, they kind of have a lot of these muscle memories done. Even gamers, sometimes, you know, if you're sniping in a game, you just keep aiming, and as soon as the target comes in, you're just firing at the target in the right exact second. So it's something that you just develop using muscle memory. But then with the Neuralink, it seems like you're just an aimbot, man. Stuff just happens on its own and you never even know it's going to be that quick. That's freaking insane. And a lot of people are saying that the mark of beast is all about just having some chipset that's placed in your head or wrist and all that stuff. And this chip and all of this technology will be created by the guy named Antichrist that's described in the Bible. Now, who is Antichrist? Apparently, he is the son of Satan that is currently living among us on earth, and he will be rising in power, and he becomes one of the most powerful people who will have the power to control all the world leaders and command them on what they should do and what they shouldn't do. And as of now, if you take a look at what Elon Musk has been doing, I think it should say a lot about the things that we're actually seeing as of now from his actions. It kind of just resembles a lot about what's mentioned about the Antichrist. But what's crazy is that Elon Musk just confirmed that he's planning on doing something absolutely crazy, something that we never thought was even possible with technology, where you can just remove your consciousness and put into some sort of a chip and then move the chip into some other cellular species, and then you are going to exist in that species. What the hell is even going on? And now Elon Musk says that it is possible for our consciousness to be shifted because he has this new brain implant, chipset that he's working on. And it's just absolutely insane. I think you guys should take a look at how this whole thing basically works. Just take a look at how this whole thing works
starts
right here.
With a surgeon drilling a hole in your head about the size of a coin.
Oh my God. That feels so gross. I'm never going to get such things done.
Then a robotic arm carefully inserts the ultra-thin, flexible threads into your brain. These threads are finer than a strand of hair and are equipped with electrodes that directly interact with the cells in your brain.
Wow. And does this mean that you're going to get all the information about what I'm thinking?
This implant is capable of interpreting your thoughts and applying them to real-life actions.
That's crazy. And this is what Elon Musk is working on. Would you ever get something like this? I don't know. Many people might think that it's cool and whatnot, but I don't know, man. A lot of people who are paralyzed, I think it also worked on them. They could actually design them to walk. And it's crazy. It works in a very positive way. And at the same time, this could also mean that, you're going to lose a lot of ability of your soul itself. I think in a recent podcast where Joe Rogan and Elon Musk met, they actually spoke about this whole stuff. I'll just show you guys a clip of what they actually spoke, and it's a very interesting topic right here.
If someone ultimately does get a Neuralink installed, what will take place?
So you basically take out a chunk of skull, put the Neuralink device in there that has a battery and a Bluetooth and a inductive
Wait, that has a battery. What is the battery fries? Does that mean your brain's fried?
charger. Insert the electrodes. So the electrodes are very carefully inserted, avoiding, and any veins or arteries. You stitch up the hole and
oh my God, that looks so freaking uncomfortable to look at.
you just have a little scar, and that's it. And
That's not a little scar, man. You literally have like a pipe thing coming out of your head.
don't even know that somebody has it. It could, in principle, fix almost anything that is wrong with the brain. You could also save state. And
Save state?
What do you mean save state? Like if you're depressed or like happy or whatever you are, you can like alter it?
Save state, like save your brain state, like a saved game in a video game.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, you mean save your consciousness, basically. Your soul is going to be saved in it.
Whoa.
And restore that state into a biological being if you wanted to in the future. In principle, there's like nothing like from a physics standpoint that prevents this. Now, you'd be a little different, but then you're also a little different when you wake up in the morning from yesterday.
No, man, that's I don't think so. We're a little different when we wake up in the morning. But yeah, this is actually possible, guys. Things are happening. Bible is coming true, and all of the prophecies are coming true. I'm super scared. I'm never going to get this shit done. And in the interview, he said some crazy things that I think you guys should definitely take a look at this.
A teenager.
Look at this
I had
stuff.
an existential crisis to try to figure out what's the meaning of life. It doesn't seem to be any meaning. For
So he's
me, at
wondering
least,
for meaning of life.
Religious texts, and I read all of them that I get my hands on, did not seem convincing. Then I started reading the philosophers. Be careful of like reading German philosophers as a teenager. It's definitely not going to help with your depression. So reading Schopenhauer and Nietzsche, I'm like, now, as an adult, it's much more manageable. But
So he apparently read all the religious texts, and he says that it's not convincing for him in order to, find out what life is all about. So he's now on an adventure where he's going to find out what life is all about by just transferring people's soul in a chipset.
So then I was like, man, I'm just like struggling to find meaning in life here. And then I read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and basically what Douglas Adams was saying is that we don't really know what the right questions are to ask. Like in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Earth, it turns out, is a big computer and its goal is to answer the question, what's the meaning of life? And
Earth is kind of a computer which is going to answer us the meaning of life, is what he says. So we're going to figure out what the meaning of life is by figuring out what Earth is. I mean, it kind of has a point in a way, I guess. I guess we have already been warned.
Earth comes up with the answer 42.
In
that book, which is really sort of a book about, it's an existential philosophy book disguised as humor. They come to the conclusion that no, the real problem is trying to formulate the question. And to really have the right question, you need a much bigger computer than Earth.
Which is why I think we've recently just discovered something called as the quantum computer, which gives you like basically all the answers you need in the world. Let's say you want to answer on how to make KFC chicken. You don't know the recipe and you want to create some new kind of a recipe, and then you ask the quantum computer on how this is possible. So what the quantum computer is going to do is that it's basically going to go ahead and search all the possible molecules and chemical reactions and all the stuff that exists in the world, and it's going to come out with a solution with a 100% accuracy as to what you're asking for. And that's crazy. I never knew that technology like this is even possible, but now, just a couple of weeks ago, they have found out this new quantum computer, and they also figured out that if quantum computing is possible, this also means that there are different dimensional worlds that exist, like a multiverse or something like that. It's just crazy stuff. These people are just talking about scientists and researchers. We never know, man, what kind of weird shit they're after. But yeah, Elon Musk is one of them. It seems like this dude is trying out some crazy things that most probably humans should stay away from.
And so maybe like one way of characterizing this would be to say, the universe is the answer.
He's super nervous.
What is the question?
When he speaks.
Or what are the questions? The more we can expand the scope and scale of consciousness, the better we can understand what questions to ask about the
I don't
answer
think
that is
so.
the universe.
I think the Bible has all the answers.
the more we can expand consciousness, become a multi-planet species, ultimately a multicellular species.
You see, that's the aim of Elon Musk, right? He wants people to become multi-planetary species. That's the number one goal, which is he wants to get out of Earth for some reason. Nobody knows why. We have already too many problems on Earth. Rather than, fixing all of those problems, being a multi-billionaire, the first thing that he wants to do is get out of Earth. And the second thing he mentions is that he wants humans to be a multi-stellar species, which means that we can hop in from one planet to another planet, probably like how you travel on flights from one country to another. So he basically wants to travel in rockets from Moon to Earth to Mars to probably who knows whatever planets that is. So he wants to travel to stars and do all kinds of crazy stuff. To be honest, that's very ambitious goals to have, but then I don't think it's really necessary.
We have a chance of figuring out what the hell's going on.
I mean, yeah, that we surely do.
So, and this is why I think we should have more humans and more digital, both biological and digital consciousness.
Oh my God, here we go. This is what he's saying. He says that we need to have more biological and digital consciousness. He's talking about AI, and he also thinks that, consciousness is something that is basically our soul. So according to him, according to science, we are our consciousness, and that's exactly what the Bible says as well. And in other terms, it's basically known as the soul of a person. So I never knew that you could actually trap a soul in a chip until now, because I always thought that this was some sort of a technology which is never possible. But it seems like it is possible because there is AI which is being created. It's an artificial technology in the computers. It's digital artificial technology. They kind of just scan our neurons and all the consciousness that we have in our mind and then just transfer it in a chip and then put that into some sort of a digital device. So does that mean that our consciousness is going to live in there? It's not like a copy pasting. It's more like a cut pasting. So you're removing it from here and then transferring it over there so you can live on another body. That's freaking crazy, dude.
And why we should become a multi-planet species and a multi-stellar species is so that we can understand the nature of the universe. In order for that to occur, then we have to make sure that things are good on Earth. Mm-hmm. We don't want Earth to
exactly
disappear. So sustainable energy is important for ensuring the
long-term
viability of Earth. Mm-hmm. And making life multiplanetary is important for extending consciousness, and ultimately we want to go and visit other star systems.
I don't know why he wants to keep extending the consciousness, man. I don't understand this process. This is something the Bible warns us that the Antichrist would do. And it also says that you're not supposed to take the mark of the beast. And the people that are in rule, basically Antichrist, who is actually ruling the world, he's going to force people in order to take this stuff. And you can't really trade or, get any food from supermarkets. So you have to make payments using this stuff. So I don't know if you guys have seen this video. Apparently there's like a microchip, which can be put inside your hand and you can basically scan the stuff and it's going to be operational. Pretty much like how your debit cards or credit cards has the tap feature where you can simply just tap and all the data is going to be transferred. And there's also a technology which is being invented on the new iPhones. So this stuff is actually possible on humans as well.
Elias Brotberger goes to work. He doesn't need ID. And he doesn't need money. In fact, much of what he needs to get through the day is hidden right there.
Wow, look at this stuff. Bionic banking, credit card chips inserted in hands.
Just below the surface, in his hand.
You like to touch it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, weird. Yeah, it's like a grain of rice.
Yeah, a grain of rice.
Embedded in
Look at that stuff. So if you scan his hand, I think you're possibly going to see like a grain of rice over here. There we go.
a microchip that serves as his keys, his ID, and his wallet.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all in chip. So I use it like to get around the building.
Buy snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's buy some snacks.
Exactly.
So I can't open it.
No.
Okay.
So what I need to do is I need to first blip my chip, and it will log me in. And from there, I get access to the fridge.
Oh, wow. I mean, this is like a really cool technology and all that stuff. Imagine you have all of your debit card or credit card information and someone just cuts your arm off and then takes it and scans it as much as they want. I mean, they could do that with the credit cards as well, but it's not something that's happening all around the world. But still, you still have a very high risk of losing your hand, I guess. And this whole technology, it's apparently also being used by many people in certain companies in the United States.
At this tech fair, a chipping event for those on the cutting edge, merging their hands with this new technology.
This is how they insert it.
I thought it would be fun, right?
The process is simple and swift. A pinch of the skin, and in a matter of seconds, the chip is inserted. The transformation is complete.
Boy.
As for the pain,
I barely felt it.
So you don't even feel pain.
even in this nation of early adopters, chipped.
Damn, dude, that's dangerous, man. This is exactly what the Bible says. Every single thing, every single prophecy that's been mentioned in the Bible is actually coming true. And now Elon Musk says that it is possible for our consciousness to be shifted from one place to another because he has this new brain implant, chipset that he's working on. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you one of those guys who in the future, if this thing becomes a mandatory stuff, and if Antichrist comes up and he asks you to, go ahead and put the neuralink, would you actually do it? Would you volunteer in order to do it? Or will you actually reject it, even if it means that you cannot live anymore? Because this is one of the most craziest things that I've ever seen. And it seems like the mark of the beast is officially coming, and it's coming very soon, which means that every single prophecies in the Bible has already got a check mark done. And now it seems like this is the final destination that we're all heading to. And I can't wait to see what happens in the future. But before that, hopefully Jesus comes up and takes away all of his followers. And I really hope that every single one of you guys watching this video is gonna get saved from whatever is coming for us in the future. Now, if you guys are going and enjoy this video, please drop a like and also subscribe if you guys want to see more content like these, because I keep you guys aware about everything that's going on in the world every single day, by the way. And also, there's a gaming channel, by the way. I make a lot of gaming videos. If you're interested in video games, those are also a content that's available on this channel. So basically, this channel has all types of content that you need, and it's absolutely free to subscribe. So make sure to go ahead, subscribe, turn the notifications on, and set it to all, so that way you don't miss out on my videos every single day. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.